So if you clicked on this video, you probably don't like the beach party scene or the loud music. You probably don't like to be packed in like sardines on the beach. You really come to the beach to relax, to enjoy the sounds of the beach, the waves crashing on shore and hearing the jingle of the shells as they get tossed about by the waves, the seagulls, feeling the hot sun and the cool ocean breeze, digging your feet in the sand. You really don't want to see or talk to anybody. You really want to just relax and enjoy the beach. If that's you, this video is for you. So now the Florida coastline is pretty built up. So pretty much all the beaches on this list are going to be a state park, except the last one. That means you're not going to be able to get a hotel or a condo on the beach. You're going to have to drive out to these places for some peace and quiet beach time. Now I do have a separate video, the 5 best beaches in Florida, and those beaches are going to be different than the ones in this video. Inevitably, the best ones are pretty busy and packed. So these ones are not necessarily the most beautiful or the best beaches, but they are more quiet. These are not rated from best to worst. These are just 5 quieter beaches in Florida. Let's get started. Number 1 is going to be Anastasia State Park. This is in St. Augustine. This is such a long stretch of coastline here, the state park, that even though it is on a major city, and you can still walk north or south and find a quiet spot for yourself. People tend to kind of gather around right where the entrances are, but if you walk a little bit north or south on this beach, you can definitely find yourself a quieter spot. It's a really long coastline. I think it took us a few hours to walk from the beach access point all the way to the northern tip. You can definitely find yourself a quiet spot here.
Oh yeah, you can see the lighthouse.
Number 2 is going to be St. George Island State Park. It's such a long coastline that you can definitely find yourself a quiet spot. There are multiple beach access points in this state park. If you go all the way to the last one, park there and walk out east, there's an entire coastline there that you can find yourself a spot. Same thing here. We walked for hours and we only got to the middle, so you can definitely find yourself a little quiet spot here as well. By the way, Anastasia and St. George Island are northern beaches, so if you go in the wintertime, these beaches are completely empty. That's an option for you if you don't care to swim or care for the really hot weather.
It is January, it's in the 60s today, but I'm just wearing sweaters and it's warm enough. It's not bad at all. It's crazy that there's nobody here except us.
Number 3 is John D. MacArthur Beach State Park. This is in West Palm Beach, so pretty major city in Florida. This one does require a lot of walking to get to. You have to walk across a lake, across a boardwalk, just to get to the beach. People tend to gather right where they get to the beach, but if you walk north or south, you can definitely find yourself a quiet spot. When we walked north, we saw piles of shells, so this is definitely a good beach for shelling, and you can definitely find yourself a nice quiet spot here in this state park. Number 4 is Honeymoon Island State Park by Dunedin. This one, again, it has multiple beach access points. If you drive to the very last one and you start walking out to the northern tip, you can definitely find yourself a quiet spot. There will be people walking back and forth because they're trying to see the northern tip, but you can definitely find yourself a quiet spot. Number 5 is going to be the Sebastian Inlet area. So there's the Sebastian Inlet State Park, but immediately south of that, there's a beach access point that's unnamed. On the map, it just says parking lot, and then when you get there, it just says beach access point. It's not part of the state park. You don't have to pay for it. So here's a beach access point a little bit south of the Sebastian Inlet State Park. It's free. It has a restroom. Here late in the evening, so we're gonna check it out, maybe walk down all the way to the inlet. We'll see how far we get before the sun goes down. When we went in March, I believe, there was nobody there. It was kind of windy and cooler. This is also a long coastline, so you can definitely find yourself a quiet spot here. We love Sebastian Inlet because it's teeming with wildlife. If you head up north to the actual inlet, especially in the evenings, you'll see dolphins coming in and feeding. So many migrating birds in this area. It's a really cool spot, but you can definitely find yourself a quiet spot here for sure. These are my top 5 quieter beaches in Florida. I would love to know your top 5 as well. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to follow along on our travels. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.